The phone is on the book. The book is on the table. Aqui, ó, I am behind the wall. In front of the wall, mas eu também estou on the wall. Vamos ver um pouco mais das prepositions. Welcome to episode number 4. On episode number 3, we learned that Miss Sutherland and Mr. Hosmer Angel, they met. They were together. They encountered. They saw each other. They talked for the first time. They met at a dance. Okay? So, teacher, how can I say encontrar ou conhecer in English? To meet. To meet, to talk. For the first time or maybe not. Pode ser conhecer, pode ser encontrar. Um grande exemplo que eu dou para você nunca mais esquecer, to meet, acontece muito quando amigos de infância que se distanciaram, eles se reencontram, não, um deles visita a cidade onde o outro está morando, liga e fala, cara, tô na tua cidade, let's meet. Então, um grande amigo meu de infância, que eu estou dando esse exemplo, que é o Diogo, que está morando em Balneário Camboriú. Eu fui para Balneário Camboriú alguns meses atrás. Quando eu estive lá, eu liguei para ele. Let's meet. I'm in Balneário. We gotta meet. We have to meet. We have to talk. E ele veio para Brasília, né? Onde a gente passou a infância. E quando ele pousou, ele me ligou. I'm in Brasília. We have to meet. Let's meet. Let's talk. Let's encounter. Let's see each other. Let's be together. Ok? So, how can I say encontrar ou conhecer? Meet pode ser encontrar ou conhecer. Miss Sutherland and Mr. Hosmer Angel, they met. Met, the past of to meet. They met at a dance. And on the following day, on the next day. Então, eu supus que o encontro aconteceu on a Friday. Saturday, the next day, the following day, one day after, he came to her house. Até falei para você, se eu fosse ser bem assim, literal, eu, Felipe André, professor, não posso falar he came, porque eu não estou na casa dela. Eu, falando do Mr. Hosmer Angel, teria que dizer he went to her house. Porque para eu dizer, are you coming? He came. Eu tenho que estar no destino. Então, você está vindo para minha casa, eu te ligo, where are you? Are you coming? Ok? Se eu não estou, você está indo para minha casa e eu também não estou na minha casa, eu também estou indo. Are you going? Tá? Eu só posso falar coming se eu estiver no destino. Então, he went to her house the next day. He went to Miss Sutherland's house, the house of Miss Sutherland. Miss Sutherland's house, it's the same. The house of Miss Sutherland. He went to her house on the next day and they went past of to go. They went for a walk. They went for a walk. Ok? Mas aconteceu uma coisa. The father of Miss Sutherland's father, he was in France. Lembra disso? Eles, na verdade, eles nem iriam para o baile, para a dança, porque o pai dela, que, na verdade, stepfather, Mr. Windy Bank, he didn't like them to go to the dance. But he went to France. A gente até fez um bombardeio de perguntas e respostas, se eu não me engano, no final do episódio 2. Where did he go? To France. Who went to France? Mr. Windybank. Why did he go to France? To do what? For what reason? To buy wine, to purchase, to buy, to acquire, to purchase, to buy, to acquire wine. The buyer has the money. The buyer, the client, has the money. The producer, the seller, has the product. Okay? So he went to France, Mr. Windybank went to France to buy, to purchase, to acquire wine. And then he came back from France. And when Mr. Windybank came back from France, Mr. Hosmer Angel could not come to her house anymore. Mr. Hosmer Angel was not able, he was not permitted, allowed, he did not have permission to go to her house again. Depois que o Mr. Windybank returned from France, depois que ele came back from France, Mr. Hosmer Angel no longer had permission to continue to go to her house, the house of Miss Sutherland. Por que depois que o Mr. Windybank returned from France, por que o Mr. Hosmer Angel não podia mais continuar going to Miss Sutherland's house? Porque o Mr. Windybank doesn't like Miss Sutherland receiving visits. Foi mais ou menos aqui que a gente parou no episódio 3. A Miss Sutherland disse, né, sadly, né, opposite of happy, she sadly said, Mr. Hosmer Angel couldn't come to my house anymore. He didn't have permission to continue going to my house. Or ela dizendo, pode falar, né? To continue coming to my house. E o Sherlock Holmes perguntou para ela, por quê? Why not? Because my father, stepfather, Mr. Windybank, he doesn't like, he doesn't want, he doesn't permit that I have visitors. He doesn't like when I receive visits in my house. E aí o Sherlock Holmes perguntou, então já que depois que o seu stepfather voltou da França, o Mr. Hosmer Angel não podia mais te visitar, qual foi o próximo passo dele? O que ele fez depois? Foi exatamente aonde a gente parou. He wrote me a letter every day. He wrote me a letter every day. So, we have a sentence here. He wrote me a letter every day. No episódio 3, a gente usou uma técnica neurocientífica produtora de redes neurais de fluência chamada POV Magic Stories. É a compactação de anos de aprendizado de gramática de uma criança nativa em alguns minutos. Aqui, nós vamos usar, na mesma frase, uma outra técnica neurocientífica que você já foi apresentado, que é o Bombing Questions. Tá? Por exemplo, he wrote me a letter every single day. Who wrote Miss Sutherland a letter every day? Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, who wrote a letter to Miss Sutherland every day. What was his name? Mr. Hosmer. Mr. Hosmer Angel. Mr. Hosmer Angel wrote Miss Sutherland a letter every day. What did Mr. Hosmer Angel do every day? Did he walk? Did he watch television? Did he propose? What did Mr. Hosmer Angel do every day? He wrote Miss Sutherland a letter. So, who wrote Miss Sutherland a letter every day? Mr. Hosmer Angel. What did Mr. Hosmer Angel do every day? Wrote Miss Sutherland a letter. Letters. Ok? Hoje em dia, we send messages, emails. Years ago, if we wanted to communicate, there were no cell phones, no computers. Então, anos atrás, se você quisesse, se comunicar, you had to send letters to other people. Okay? How did Mr. Hosmer Angel write Miss Sutherland letters every day? Dá uma olhada nessa encenação. He wrote me a letter every day. I sent the letters to the post office. He went to the post office for the letters, né? Ele me mandava uma carta todo dia e ele não queria que eu mandasse as cartas para o escritório dele, mas eu tinha que mandar para o correio e ele buscava lá. São duas coisas que nós vamos ver nesse episódio que são decisivas no desvendar do mistério, tá? E aí essa encenação aqui é o seguinte, é para a gente só entender uma coisa. He wrote me a letter every day. Mr. Hosmer Angel Mr. Hosmer Angel, na verdade, he didn't write her a letter. He typed her a letter every day. He typed using the typewriter machine. He typed her a letter. He typed Miss Sutherland a letter every day. A Miss Sutherland wrote pencil and paper. Dear Mr. Hosmer Angel, I'm fine. My mother... Na hora de fechar, né? Sincerely yours. Sincerely yours. Truly yours. Miss Sutherland. E a gente vai ver no episódio, no desenrolar do episódio, que ele, por um motivo específico, não queria que ela mandasse as cartas para o escritório dele, então ele pedia que ela mandasse para o correio e ele buscava lá. E ela chega a perguntar para ele, mas se você quiser, ao invés de escrever, instead of writing the letters, I can type the letters. E ele fala, não quero que você type. I want you to write me the letters. So, Mr. Hosmer Angel typed her a letter every day. She wrote back to him. He typed, she wrote. Okay? How did he send, or how did he write her letters? Did he use a paper and a pencil, or did he use a typewriter machine? How did he write Miss Sutherland letters every day? Typewriter. Okay? He used a typewriter machine. To whom did Mr. Hosmer Angel write letters every day? Did he send or did he write letters to Sherlock Holmes? Did he write letters to Dr. Watson? To whom did he write letters every day? To Miss Sutherland. Every single day, Mr. Hosmer Angel wrote letters to Miss Sutherland. Ok? Now, how often, eu acho que eu repeti o how aqui, né? A outra pergunta era how often, how frequently did he write her letters? Every day, every week, every month? How often, how frequently did Mr. Hosmer Angel write letters to Miss Sutherland? Every day. That's how frequently, how often, okay? He wrote letters to Miss Sutherland. Every day. Not every week, not every month. Every day. He, Mr. Hosmer Angel, wrote, using a typewriter, he wrote Miss Sutherland, to Miss Sutherland, a letter every single day. E aí o livro disse que aconteceu algo. A week later, Mr. Windybank traveled to France again. A week later, então se a gente colocar aqui o seguinte, ó. Temos, tá pegando aqui, mestre? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is a week. The 7 days of the week. Então, se a gente imaginar que isso daqui estava acontecendo, vamos trocar o dia agora de referência para não repetir, né? On Monday. A week later, on the following Monday, on the Monday of the next week, okay? A week, 1 week later, 7 days after. What happened? Mr. Windybank passed off to go. He went to France again. And because he went to France, Hosmer Angel came to the house to visit her again. Quando o stepfather saía, ele podia visitar, porque enquanto o stepfather estava presente, ele não gostava que ela recebesse visitas. Mr. Hosmer Angel não podia visitá-la. Fechou? What did Mr. Angel do next? Sherlock Holmes asked. What was his next step? His next move? His next action? Já que ele não podia mais visitá-la. He wrote me a letter every day. E eu vou devolver o pencil porque a gente acabou de ver. He didn't use a pencil. He used a typewriter. He wrote me a letter every day, Miss Sutherland answered. Then, a week later, 7 days after, a week after, Mr. Windybank went, past of to go, he went, he traveled. He went on a trip. He went to France again. And Hosmer Angel visited me again. Né? Então, ou seja, de novo, stepfather, Mr. Windybank, went to France. O Hosmer Angel pôde visit her again. E o Sherlock Holmes dispara uma pergunta. Did he want to marry you? Did Mr. Hosmer Angel want to marry you, Miss Sutherland? Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. When did he propose asking a woman to marry him? When did he ask you? When did he propose to marry you? He asked me after that first walk. Então, lá, lembra? Digamos que eles foram para o baile na sexta. No dia seguinte, ele veio para a casa dela. They went for walks. After that first walk, Mr. Hosmer Angel proposed. Will you marry me? Aí o Sherlock Holmes perguntou, né? Did Mr. Angel want to marry you? Did he propose? Yes. Yes. When? When fala de date, time. When did he propose? When did he, will you marry me? When did he ask to marry you? When did he propose to marry you? E aí ela responde, lembra lá quando a gente se conheceu, we met at a dance, a day after, the following day, one day after, he came to my house, we went for walks, we went for a walk. That's when, after that first walk, he proposed. At the end of that first walk, he asked to marry me. He proposed, okay, to me. He asked me after that first walk, e aí ela muda de assunto bruscamente. He worked in an office in Leadenhall Street and... E o Sherlock Holmes interrompe ela. Which office? What is the... O Sherlock Holmes, quando ele fala which office, ele quer dizer o seguinte. Devem ter vários offices on Leadenhall Street. Which one? Which office? Né? Tem 10. Which one are you talking about? Okay? I don't know. Miss Sutherland answered. Sherlock Holmes, where did he live? In a room above the office, she answered. I don't know the specific address. All that I know is that the office is located on Leadenhall Street. Foi isso que ela quis dizer quando ela disse I don't know the address. Only Leadenhall Street. That's all I know. That's all the information that I know about Mr. Hosmer Angel. He works in an office located on Leadenhall Street, and above the office there is a room. That's where he lives. In a room above the office. Okay? So this is the office. He lives in a room above the office. Okay? I don't know the address. All I know is that it's located on Leadenhall Street. Quando ela fala, I don't know the address, only Leadenhall Street, é isso que ela quis dizer. That's all I know. That's all the information that I know. Ok? E aí, o Sherlock Holmes faz uma pergunta para ela. Já que você não sabe o endereço exato, where did you send your letters? If you want to send someone a letter, you have to know the address. The country, okay? You have to know the country, you have to know the state, and the specific address. For example, Brazil, São Paulo City, the city, Jardins, Paulista Avenue, Augusta Street. And then you have to know the number, the specific address. A propósito, né? As prepositions de lugares. In South America, in Brazil, in the state of São Paulo, in the neighborhood of Jardins, on Augusta Street, at 535. Okay, so specific location at. A gente viu isso no primeiro episódio, se eu não me engano. O Sherlock Holmes perguntou para ela, if you don't know the address, how did you send him the letters? Where did you send the letters? Ela responde, to the Leadenhall Street Post Office. Antes da gente entrar exatamente no Leadenhall Street Post Office, né? E no escritório que o cara trabalhava e morava, vamos entender o uso das preposições para localização geográfica, tá? O Mr. Hosmer Angel worked and lived in Europe. Where in Europe? In the United Kingdom. Where in the United Kingdom? In England. Where in England? In London. De forma que... Tá, então, in Europe, in the United Kingdom, in England, in London. E se eu quiser penetrar a camada da cidade, eu preciso de uma outra preposição, tá? Então vamos lá. If I am talking about continents, countries, states, cities, neighborhood, all the way down here in. I am, okay, from Belo Horizonte. I was born in South America, in Brazil, in Minas Gerais, in Belo Horizonte, in the neighborhood of Sion. Se eu quiser atravessar esta camada, o in fala assim, até aqui te trouxe eu, daqui para frente, on, in South America, in Brazil, in Minas Gerais, in Belo Horizonte, in the neighborhood of Sion, on Uruguay Avenue, on Paulista Avenue, on Fifth Avenue, famosa Quinta Avenida de Nova York, on Fifth Avenue. Aonde fica essa loja da Louis Vuitton? In North America, in the United States of America, in the state of New York, in New York City, in Manhattan, on Fifth Avenue, at, se eu quiser ser extremamente específico, at, e aí você fala o número, que eu não sei de cabeça, não sei onde exatamente fica. Tá? Então, eu acabei de falar de onde eu vim, né? De onde eu nasci. Onde eu moro hoje? I live in South America, in Brazil, in Distrito Federal, in Brasília, in Asa Norte. It's a neighborhood of Brasília. Ok? Aí, em Brasília, quem conhece, não tem... A divisão de Brasília é mais em blocos, né? Quarteirão, quadra, do que em ruas. Então vamos dizer... Vamos pegar um outro exemplo de São Paulo. In South America, in Brazil, in São Paulo, the state, in the city of São Paulo, in the neighborhood of Jardins, on Augusta Street, at 535. Ok? Essas são as prepositions para falar de lugares, localização geográfica. Então, no caso do nosso personagem Hosmer Angel, he worked and lived in Europe, the continent, in the United Kingdom, in England, in London, não sei exatamente o nome da neighborhood, para atravessar aqui e entrar na rua, on Leadenhall Street. E aí a Miss Sutherland explica que on Leadenhall Street tinham vários offices. Which one did he work? Aí ela falou, né? Esse daqui. Então tinham vários. Which one did he work? Vamos supor, esse daqui. E digamos que esse daqui fosse na 735 Leadenhall Street. Então, Hosmer Angel worked in Europe, in the United Kingdom, in England, in London, on Leadenhall Street, at 735 Leadenhall Street, se eu for específico. E above, dá um zoom bem aqui, mestre, pra gente. Above the office, there was a room. Então, he worked in the office e above the office there was a room where he lived. Where he lived. Tá? O livro não disse que a agência do Post Office ficava exatamente aqui, mas eu coloquei ela aqui para dizer o seguinte. The room, para a gente trabalhar um pouco mais as preposições. The room was above the office. The office was next to the post office branch. E aí, nesse caso aqui, eu posso dizer o seguinte. The post office was next to the office. The office was next to the post office. The office was below the room. The room was above the office. E aí, eu vou dizer que tinha um supermarket here. Tinha um Walmart here. Tinha uma unidade do Walmart here. Só para a gente praticar as preposições. The office was next to the post office, next to the supermarket. The post office was next to the office. The supermarket, Walmart, was next to the office. The office was below the room. The room was above the office. The office was between the post office and the supermarket. Mais um exemplo, vamos colocar aqui do lado. Vamos colocar aqui do lado. Police station. Tinha uma delegacia aqui do lado. The police station was next to the post office. The post office was next to the office. The office was next to the supermarket. The post office was between the police station and the office. The office aonde o Mr. Hosmer Angel trabalhava was between the post office and the supermarket. Vamos ver um pouco mais das prepositions. Então, finge que isso daqui é uma parede. Então, vamos chamar isso aqui de wall, tá? I am behind the wall. My phone is on the wall. I am in front of the wall. Behind or behind, tanto faz. On, prevalece a ideia de contato da superfície. In front of the wall. Neste caso, e eu não consigo cross the wall. Atravessar, né? Não dá, tá? Neste caso aqui, ó, aqui, ou melhor dizendo, neste caso aqui, dois erros que as pessoas cometem com as preposições em inglês. Querer decorar, ao invés de entender a essência, e achar que, porque eu disse que eu estou on the wall, eu só posso estar on the wall, sendo que se eu, aqui ó, I am behind the wall, in front of the wall, mas eu também estou on the wall. Aqui, I am on the wall, e se eu virar aqui, eu posso dizer que I am next to the wall. Next to the wall. E se eu simplesmente colocar esta jar aqui, ó, jar of flour, the jar is next to the wall is next to Felipe, e agora acabou de ficar o seguinte, the wall is between the jar and Felipe. Vamos fazer o contrário? Agora, Felipe is between the wall and the jar. I am between the wall and the jar. I am behind the wall. I'm in front of the wall. I'm on the wall. I'm next to the wall. I'm between the wall and the jar. The phone is on the book. The book is on the table. The table is above the rug. Como assim? This is a rug. Teacher, how can I say tapete in English? Rug. R-U-G. The phone is on the book. Percebe que claramente prevalece a ideia, o contato é muito maior do que o fato dele estar acima. The phone is on the book. Aqui também, the book is on the table. Aqui eu posso dizer the table is on the rug? Posso. Mas eu também posso dizer the table is above the rug. Como eu disse lá, above the office. Porque prevalece ou estar acima tanto quanto está em cima. On the rug, above the rug. The rug is on the floor, né? O floor é o que está embaixo aqui, o chão. The rug is on the floor. The water is in the glass. Olha só, presta atenção. The water is in the glass. Glass é onde the water is. The water is in the glass. The glass is on the table. Isso aqui, ó, chama-se corner. Corner. The glass is at the corner. A gente usa at specific location. The water is inside. The glass is on, contato da superfície. At specific location. The glass is at the corner. The book is on the table. The book is under the table. The book is above the table. The book is below the table. The book is next to the phone. The phone is next to the glass. Neste caso, the phone is between the book and the glass. E se a gente faz assim? The phone is next to the glass is next to the book. The glass is between the book and the phone. The book is on the table. The book is under the table. The book is above the table. The book is below the table. Okay? There was a post office branch. Agency. Ok? Essa é uma pergunta que eu demorei muito tempo para aprender quando eu estudava inglês. How can I say agência? Tipo de banco, né, de correio, de algo, uma organização muito grande que tem várias unidades. E a verdade é que o melhor jeito de dizer isso em inglês não é agency. Agency é mais assim, para um FBI da vida, uma parada muito grande. Quando é uma agência bancária, uma agência de correio, uma agência de um braço de uma grande organização, eles chamam de branch, que é galho. É como se tivesse o tronco e tem vários branches, vários braços, várias ramificações. Então, there was a branch of the British Post Office on Leadenhall Street. It was the Leadenhall Street Post Office. E era para lá que a Miss Sutherland enviava as cartas. That's where she sent the letters to the Leadenhall Street Post Office branch. A agência, né, do Post Office located on Leadenhall Street. Sempre que eu falo de ruas, on Paulista Avenue, on Augusta Street, on Leadenhall Street. On Leadenhall Street, there was a branch of the post office, né? Qual que era o nome? The Leadenhall Street Post Office. Era uma branch da agência dos Correios Britânicos, localizada na Leadenhall Street. É para lá que ela mandava as cartas. E o Hosmer Angel went there. There aonde? The Leadenhall Street Post Office. For them. Them what? essa frase. Bota só essa frase, Alice. Hosmer went there for them. Eu vou botar sinônimos. Mr. Hosmer Angel usually went to the Lidenhall Street Post Office for the letters. É isso que ela quis dizer com Hosmer went there, the Lidenhall Street Post Office, for them, the letters. To pick up, tá? Pick up é o oposto de drop off. Pick up, drop off. Por exemplo, de manhã eu vou à escola. I drop off my daughter Isabella. Então, coloca aqui, Alice. He wrote me a letter every day. Lembra daquela frase? He wrote me a letter every day. A Miss Sutherland falando. He, Mr. Hosmer Angel, wrote, no caso, né? Typed, me, Miss Sutherland, a letter, coloca aqui, Alice, every day. E aí depois ela falou assim, he went there, coloca essa outra frase. He went there for them. He, Mr. Hosmer Angel, he worked in the office. He lived in a room above the office. And he went there. Lidenhall Street Post Office. A branch, an agency, a unit of the post office located on Lidenhall Street. Lidenhall Street Post Office. He, Mr. Hosmer Angel, went there for them, for the letters. For the letters. Okay? He, Mr. Hosmer Angel, went there, Lidenhall Street Post Office, for the letters. Did he go there to pick up the letters or to drop off the letters? He went there to pick up the letters. Pick up. Drop off. Quando a polícia vê um criminoso, o policial grita: pick up your revolver or drop off your revolver. Que na verdade chama-se gun. Né? Revólver, etc. A polícia grita: drop off your gun. Uma outra palavra para armas, né? Weapon. Weapon. Então, quando o policial vê o criminoso, ele fala: drop off your weapon right now. De novo. Drop off your weapon right now. Drop off. O contrário, pick up. De manhã, eu levo a minha filha para a escola. I drop her off at school. I drop her off at school. À tarde, eu volto para a escola. I pick her up. De manhã, I drop Isabella, nome da minha filha, I drop Isabella off at school. She gets out of the car. À tarde, quando eu volto to pick her up, she gets in the car. Combinamos de ir para o shopping juntos. Você mora no caminho entre a minha casa e o shopping. Felipe, can you pick me up? Can you pick me up? Yes. Quando eu parar na sua casa to pick you up, você vai, you will get in my car. Aí a gente vai pro shopping, papapá, não sei o quê. Aí na hora de ir embora, você foi de carona comigo. Felipe, pra onde você tá indo? Ah, eu tô indo buscar a Isabela na escola. Caramba, eu tô indo para um lugar que fica do lado da escola da Isabela. Você se importaria de drop me off there? Claro que não. Quando eu chegar lá para drop you off, you will get out of my car. Teacher, how can I say deixar in English? How can I say buscar? How can I say pegar? How can I say largar? De novo. Pick up. Drop off. Pick up. Drop off. Ou seja, drop off, pick up, tá? O Mr. Hosmer Angel went there to the Lidenhall Street Post Office to pick up the letters. Como é que ela disse isso? He went there for them. They, the letters, they were a secret from the other men in the office. Ou seja, as pessoas que trabalhavam com Mr. Hosmer Angel no escritório, did they know about the letters? No. The letters between Mr. Hosmer Angel and Miss Sutherland, they were a secret. Nobody else knew. Nobody else had any idea. The other people in the office had no idea about the letters. They didn't know about the letters. They were a secret. The letters were a secret. Why? Por quê? Why? Mr. Holmes, Sherlock Holmes asked. Why were the letters a secret?